Hello everybody. Today we are moving on to a new pattern. I access all of my patterns at pattern-collections.com. This isn't an app, it's just the website. I access it on my phone so you guys can see the pattern. Scroll down to pattern focus. Scroll down to today's pattern, which is Shaka. And I'm not sure that we've done this one before. I know I've done it personally. I don't think we've done it on the video. I think I drew it as part of the as part of the pattern play thing at one point. But this is a pattern by Ina Moser, our fearless leader over in the Tangle It Pattern Club group, and the designer of this website. First thing you're going to do is to make the 4 dots. That's just so that you can make this sort of diamond shape. So if you can draw this diamond shape without the 4 dots, you don't really need that particular step. Then you want to put a couple of dots along each side of this diamond shape to kind of divide it. See how that divides it? And then in the middle you want this rectangle. That's the next step. Okay? And then what you want to do is make a V onto the long side from that point to that point. You make a V and a V. I suppose you really don't need to make this division if you can just imagine making those V's right there up against each one of those sides, because this distance isn't that critical. Okay, and then where am I going? And then number 4 is to start embellishing. Draw some more V's in here, you know, aura that V shape, aura that box shape. Put some more V's in here into the point of the box instead of along the side. And then you can fill in, and there's many varieties of variations that you can do. You can just do the filling in without making it dark. You can skip parts. You can make your V shape in more of a rounded and do striping. You can do it without the aura-ing and just do the V shapes. There is just a huge variety of different things you can do with it. I believe it was, if I remember correctly, now I could be wrong, that it was inspired by like an African tribal shield. So I think that's really, really pretty. How I'm going to incorporate it onto string 31, I'm not exactly sure. Now, somebody suggested that I remind everybody what a string is. A string is a guideline to help you compose your tile. And lots of times you just do your own random string. I am following the string for this week, which is string 31. And I'm doing that on all of my tiles. You don't have to do that. You know, you don't even have to use a string if you don't want to. It's just that that's another layer I have put upon myself as a challenge to me to try to get me to think a little more outside the box. I was starting to get kind of into a rut when I did my own thing. And so I thought, well, I'm going to challenge myself and I'm going to use the weekly strings. Those are also accessed on the website under weekly string. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to, I don't think I'm going to put a border this time. I'm just going to kind of make that string like that. It doesn't have to be perfect or exact, and it's just this string just sort of is an S-type curvy line that divides the tile sort of not quite in half, a little bit off from being in half, both vertical and horizontal. So I just kind of did that real quick there. And I'm going to use that as an inspiration jumping off point as to where to put my shakas. Because this pattern doesn't really lend itself to filling in an area. I mean, you could, but I feel like they really kind of need to stand on their own, these shield things. So I think what I'm going to do to use this as an inspiration is I think I'm going to actually make this my center point where I've crossed my two lines, and I'm going to make my, just in pencil, I'm going to put those dots to make my diamond shape. I think I want it bigger. Bigger. Bigger, bigger, bigger. I want it way out here. Like that. Okay, and then I'm going to do one here. And I'm going to do a skinny one here. And I'm going to do a really skinny one here. So I'm using that string to just kind of decide where I'm putting this shield shape. Get out my pen. I've had several people also ask questions about my supplies. I have the supply list in the description box below the video. Some of my older ones don't have it, and I'm not going to go back and add them, but because I just have too many videos to go back and do that. I don't have time. But I don't remember when I discovered I could put the same description in every single video easily upon upload. And so once I discovered that, all of my description boxes are basically the same. They're in the, click on the little more thing at the bottom of the video, and you should be able to find all of that information. It has the information on the on my supplies. It has the links to the Facebook page and to the website. I believe I also have the links to my Facebook page besides the Tangle It pattern page. Yeah, all that kind of good stuff. Remember that most YouTube people who do YouTube regularly, not, you know, just kind of random stuff, ones who have a regular channel, most of them are very conscious of adding things into the description box below their videos of useful things. Links to previous videos, all sorts of stuff can be found under there. See, I'm going to do them in different sizes, and that's inspired by my string. The string is not a border. It can be a border, and the video I did yesterday, I did use it as a border, but it doesn't have to be a border. It's just a guideline, and that's why it's in pencil. It's just sort of an inspiration point for you. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to put the rectangle here in the middle. And then on each one of these sides, I'm going to make a V shape. Like that. I'm going to do that on all of them. I've put a second tile. Well, you'll probably notice I'm kind of fiddling with it, but I've put a second tile underneath my first tile. I discovered I kept thinking, why in the world does my paper get so gross? Like right here where I'm drawing. I thought, duh. Because I do my drawings on both sides of my tiles, clearly I shade, right? That's yesterday's. I shade, and then when I turn it over and I spin my tile, some of that graphite is ending up down here. And, well, no wonder I have such a mess on the bottom of my page all the time. So I thought maybe I'd try it with a second paper underneath it while I'm turning, but it seems like I'm fiddling with it too much. So I'm just gonna live with, at the end of the month, having a big dark spot right there, because that's fiddly. I just want to let you know what it was I was doing and why I was doing it. Okay, that one's a bit wider, not quite as long in my box there. And okay, and then this one is going to be kind of that shape. I'm just going to lay down the basic pattern first, and then I'll decide how I want to embellish the various ones. That one's going to be long and skinny. Like that. I am going to put in these ones to the middle, to the corner, because that seems to be important to the basic tangle shape. Is to have these triangles going to the corner of those boxes. I want to thank you all for your support and your kind words. At the end of one of my videos last week, I was kind of, yeah, I wasn't feeling it, right? And I was kind of upset about people who didn't want to hear about my faith, and I had left it to the very end of the video, and I was talking about my massages and how I pray while I'm laying there for an hour and a half. And I want to thank you for those of you who reached out to me and supported me, and let me know that you know, it's okay for me to have, I know it's okay for me to have my faith. That's sort of obvious. But that you support me in just saying, well, that's part of my life and that's what I do, and that I'm not just drawing, that I'm doing other things, and I appreciate the fact that you're supporting me in that. I was really getting concerned, and I really shouldn't be. You know, that's the part of the whole troll thing, is that they start getting in your head. Gee. And they start to make you doubt what you're doing. And whether it's faith-based or not, it just starts to eat at you and to make you doubt what you're doing. And that's really bad. So I need to knock it off. I need to take my own advice. Say, you know what? That's not going to happen. They're not going to get me down. It needs to be 2. I'm making that kind of almost a 3D effect. By making that line and that line bigger. I'm making a hole in the shield there. Can you guys even see that? You're kind of far away. Let me zoom in a bit. There we go. That's better. Okay, I like that. I just am gonna embellish as I feel led. No really rhyme or reason to what I'm doing here. That, and then I think I want to make that really nice and big. I think I want to do I want to do a circle in there. Okay. think I want to, I'm gonna just fill this one full of lines, and then I'm gonna do like striping in it, I think. There's the trash truck. Glad I got all the trash out to the curb this morning. Okay, and then I'm going to pick a triangle, and that's where I'm going to start with my striping. We'll see what happens. Kind of fiddly. That's right. I end up with fiddly jobs at work. I end up with fiddly jobs here at home. I'm the fiddly one. I want to say that, you know, it's my new boss. He's a really good manager. He really is. He's very detail oriented. He's a little bit strict, but that's all right. He wants things done his way. But he also is very encouraging and does a lot of praise, and that is really makes you want to work really hard for him. You know, if he wanted all these strict things and he never said thank you for all of your hard work, then yeah, then it would be hard to work for him. Oops. It would be hard to work for him. But since he appreciates, he recognizes the fact that you are working really hard for him and that you're doing what he asked you to do, then it's all good, right? That's the way life should be. You should always be encouraged. You know, you get more out of the people working for you or your family if you tell them what a good job they're doing and that you appreciate them and their work and the things they're doing. It makes them want to do more things for you. You know, like this manager, he's very, very, very concerned about customer service and our customer service score. And we get these weekly report cards on how we're doing with customer service. You know, have we offered help? Have we taken them to the items? Those sort of things. And you know, did we say thank you at the end of our transaction? Did we have the items in stock that customers wanted? I mean, all those things. Is the store neat and clean? Those are important things, right? And he's very particular about this score. But he was quick to share with us that on our very first week score, we got 100%. Every customer gave us a high score. And so he praised us for that. And then he wanted to keep up the good job. We're doing a good job. So that's important, because we will continue to do a good job if he continues to tell us that we're doing a good job. But if he comes up and yells at us, then, you know, it's like, well, why bother? So I think that's important. I'm trying to figure out what else I want to do to this tile. I mean, the patterns themselves are fine. I feel like the tile is lacking. The overall thing, it needs something to kind of pull it all together. I'm wondering if I need a background diamond shape, and can I do it? Can I get one here? Ugh, no, that's a bad shape. Okay, that's why I'm doing it in pencil. Not the shape I wanted. Let's try again. That was really wonky. Maybe if I'm not trying to do it this way, maybe if I try to do it this way. I'm going to do this. Okay, that's interesting. I like that. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do this one with my brush pen, so I can get a nice big bold line. There we go. That's better. It needed something in the background, so that works. I think that works. Yeah, that works. Okay. Now just sign it. How do I want it to live? I like it that way. Shaka. Oops, number 31. Ah, it's string 31, not 30. Oh well, that's what the little white pen is for. Thank God I only bring it out occasionally. Make sure that's really dry before I write on it. I don't think it's dry yet. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to erase all of my pencil marks and I'll start shading. Going to shade around my little shields here. To bring them up on top of this background. I need to sharpen this pencil again. Okay, so that ought to do. Oops, almost forgot this side. Give that a little blend. I use a blending stump. You could use a tortilla, you could use a Q-tip, you could use your finger. I just prefer not to make my finger all black. I like the blending stump. This is what it was designed to do, is blend. And I like, it gives me a nice soft edge. And if I lessen the pressure as I go outward, I can really just fade it right out into white, which I really like that look. Okay, and now I can decide if any of the individual patterns want some shading, and I think they do. I think this one is going to have some right here on that line. Just a little bit. I'm going to get my smaller stump out so that I don't overly put graphite where I don't want it. Okay, like that. And this one looks like it needs something. Maybe right in the point of the V. like that. Just a little bit. Like that. That's good. And then this one looks like it needs something as well. This one really doesn't. It's got so much black in it. I think it's fine the way it is. I'm just going to go around the box on this one. And just kind of softly blend it out, just so it's not so stark white. Like that. Maybe down the middle of those. There we go. Just a little softness, and then I can fix this string number, that's dry now, 31. All right, so that's Shaka on string 31. There we go, today's tangle. There you go. Can you see that? Oh, a little off. There, right in the center. All right, so you guys go out and have a great day. Go out and do something nice for somebody else. Make the world a better place. We can do it together. The more we have in our team of people going out and doing nice things, the bigger the movement will be. And just, you know, people won't even know what hits them. If you go out and be nice to others, and the snowball rolls. You know how when somebody's mean to you, you get all irritated and grumpy, and then you take that out on others, and you make other people irritated and grumpy, and that sort of is a ripple effect. It works the other way around too. If you go out and do something nice for others, you be sweet and you be nice to other people, they in turn will do something nice for somebody else. They may not even know what they're doing, but they will, and this world will be a better place. So that's my goal, is to make this world a better place. You guys go out there and help me do that. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.